Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone, depending on when you're watching this video. We are back tonight with another beer review, and the beer that we have with us tonight is Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. So first things first, let's get into the look of the bottle. You can see it has this shield drawn around this logo that says Samuel Adams Cherry Wheat. Down here it says wheat ale brewed with Michigan cherries. And down here you have these little cherries and wheat design drawn down here, just again emphasizing that this is the cherry wheat. And then up here you got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sam Adams, and it just says Brewer Patriot. And then it also says same thing up here. You have Sam Adams again, and it says Samuel Adams Cherry Wheat. And then right here in the actual glass, I don't know if I can get that to show up on camera, it just says Sam Adams in the actual glass. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about for the design. Now, Sam Adams Cherry Wheat came out in 1995, so the same year as Blue Moon. And in my opinion, they were created to be direct competitors to each other. They're both fruit-flavored wheat ales. They both obviously came out in 1995, the same year, and they're both roughly the same alcohol percentage. This is 5.3% ABV, and Blue Moon is 5.4% ABV. And I did look up just to see if I could find any information about the month in 1995, or the months in 1995 that both of these beers were released, and I could not find anything. So the only thing I could find out is that they were both released in 1995, and in my opinion, they were created to be direct competitors to each other. The only other notable difference between these beers, besides obviously the color, one's red, one's blue, one's cherry flavored, one's Valencia orange flavored, respectively, is that Blue Moon is a twist off and Sam Adams Cherry Wheat is not a twist off. So you do need a bottle opener to get this open. But that is all I wanted to talk about. So now I do need to get my beer glass all rinsed out. You see all that salt in there? That is what helps the beer to breathe. So when you salt your beer glass, you get a lot more arborescence, they call it, when the bubbles are trailing up to the surface. But I do not want all this salt in my beer, so I will really quickly stop the recording and go rinse out my beer glass, and then I will return and get the beer all poured up, and then we can finish the rest of the review after that. All right, I have returned, and our beer glass is now all rinsed out. So we can now get our Sam Adams Cherry Wheat all cracked open. Now, we can get it all poured up into our beer glass. And now let's give it a taste. And just immediately, you're greeted with the flavor of Michigan cherries, just instantly. In the same way, when you drink a Blue Moon, you just instantly get that Valencia orange peel flavor. Same thing, but it's Michigan cherries instead. And this is a very, very good beer. Like, if I am picking a beer for flavor, it's gonna have to be between Blue Moon and Cherry Wheat, because they really are just that good. And I feel like I should be more partial to the cherry wheat, again, considering I am from Michigan, as I said in my first review when I did the cherry bomb. But honestly, if I had to pick, I'm probably more of a Blue Moon guy. I gotta be honest. It's just my personal preference. I wouldn't say one is decidedly better than the other. It really just comes down to personal preference. Do you prefer oranges and that Valencia orange peel flavor? If so, then get Blue Moon. But if you want a beer that tastes like some sweet and sour or sweet and tart Michigan cherries, then cherry wheat is the beer for you. Now, I do definitely prefer cherry wheat to cherry bomb. And cherry bomb does not taste like cherry wheat. And I noted that in the review, that it does not taste the same. I was expecting it to taste more or less the same, and it does taste similar. Not the same, though. The flavor of cherry wheat is a lot better than cherry bomb. If I had to guess, because they sweeten it with corn syrup, I think what they did is they upped the corn syrup percentage to sort of mask the additional alcohol. And it does do a good job at that. Like, if you drink a cherry bomb, you're not like, whoa, I can taste there's quite a bit more alcohol in this. You don't notice that. But it has like this more syrupy kind of mouthfeel to it. It's a little bit sweeter. So that's why, again, I'm saying it's probably, they up the corn syrup a little bit. And truthfully, I feel like I would rather just drink 2 or 3 cherry wheats as opposed to drinking a cherry bomb. Like, it was good though. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like Sam Adams cherry bomb, but if I had to pick, I'm picking cherry wheat. It just tastes better. And Blue Moon also has a high alcohol percentage version of their beer that they make, and it's called Blue Moon Extra, and that is 8% instead of 9% in the cherry bomb. Now, that beer, I've only ever seen it in tall boys. I don't know if they make the normal 12-ounce cans of that stuff, which in my first ever beer review, the Sam Adams cherry bomb, that's what I was drinking, was the 12-ounce cans of cherry bomb. I don't know if they make Blue Moon Extra in the 12-ounce cans or if it's only tall boys, but I did try the tall boy and I didn't like it. Well, I mean, again, it wasn't terrible. Like, I wouldn't say I hated it, but it was that same thing where it's like, Blue Moon Extra does not taste like Blue Moon in the exact same way that cherry bomb does not taste like cherry wheat. It's got that more syrupy, slightly sweeter sort of flavor to it, and it has a different mouthfeel that's just not, it's just not quite as good. And actually, by the time I got to the end of that tall boy, I was getting like, oh, this stuff is sickly sweet. Like, I actually had to dump out, I had about that much left in the bottom, and I just had to dump it out because it was just too sweet. I am not big on things that are too sweet. That's why I tried a Four Loko Camo. I got like 2 sips into that and I had to dump that whole thing out because it was just like, oh, it's just so sweet. I think I did say, like, it doesn't even, it tastes like bug juice. It doesn't even taste like Hawaiian Punch, which Hawaiian Punch is really sweet. It tastes like bug juice, just like straight up sugar and nothing, like liquid sugar. That's what Four Loko tastes like. Disgusting, in my opinion. I mean, I don't want to. If it's what you like, it's what you like, but it's not what I like. It's definitely not what I like. And these fruit flavored wheat ales, the cherry wheat and the blue moon, they're also sweet, but for some reason, I don't get that sickly sweet feeling from drinking this. Like, maybe if I had like 3 of them, I'd probably be like, yeah, this third one's a bit too sweet. I probably need to switch to something else, like just a regular non-flavored beer. But I've never got that feeling while drinking Blue Moon or cherry wheat. I've never got that sickly sweet feeling, even though this is a sweet beer. But yeah, definitely when I'm craving a little bit of a switch up from Blue Moon, I'm thinking to myself, man, I kind of want some cherry flavor in my life. That's when I grab this. I'm kind of running out of things to say right now, so I'm trying to drink just a little bit faster. But yeah, overall, very, very good beer. What would I rate this one? That's a good question. That is certainly a good question. I would say, I think the last one I did was Foster's, and I gave that one an 8.5. I feel like I might have possibly rated that one a bit too high, but I'd say Sam Adams Cherry Wheat, I'm thinking a 9 out of 10, a very respectable score. And I might honestly need to bump Foster's down a little bit to like an 8 or something, just because I feel like it's a bit too close having that be 8.5 and this be 9. I feel like there's a little bit more than a 0.5% difference in quality here. But yeah, overall, I'm thinking, yeah, that's a fair, a very fair, very respectable score. 9 out of 10. And how would I rank or not the regular, because this is the regular. How would I rank the Cherry Bomb? Because again, like I said, I never gave it a number rating in the original video. I might honestly need to revisit it, because I don't know if I can come up with a number off the top of my head. But I'd give it, probably like a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10. Probably 7.5, yeah. I'd have to give Cherry Bomb, not Cherry Wheat, Cherry Bomb, a 7.5 out of 10. And I'll give Blue Moon Extra, just because I'm not going to be making a video on that one, I'll give that a 7. because again, it wasn't bad. I'm not complaining. It just, by the time I got to the end of it, it was a little too sweet. And again, like I said, I did have to dump out about that much. There was about that much left in the bottom of my tall boy can, and I dumped it out. Solid. Solid. Very good beer. And that was all I had left to it. So, overall rating for the Sam Adams Cherry Wheat, again, 9 out of 10. And yeah, I mean, if you've stuck around this long, thank you. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you would like me to review next. I review beer, I review liquor, wine. I'm not gonna do weed anymore because I am trying to quit, but I will do beer, wine, liquor, cocktails, mixed drinks, anything, as long as it's legal and it's not a hard drug, I'll review it. But yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to say. Peace out until the next one.